Alright, so I want you guys to introduce yourselves and give high school PRs, college PRs.
Alright, well, I'm Connor Booth. I came from Smithville, Ohio. I threw on their track program for 2.5 years, and my PR in shot was 59 feet, 1 inch and a quarter. And my current PR here in college is 52 feet, 10 inches and a quarter, and that's in practice.
Alright, well, I'm Austin Christ, and I'm from Southern Ohio, Lancaster, Ohio to be more specific, and I threw for Lancaster High School for 4 years, and I was more of a weight and hammer thrower rather than shot and disc like this guy. And I threw 62 feet 2 inches in the weight throw and indoors, and then outdoors I threw 184 feet. And and up here in college so far I threw 49 feet high in the weight and 49.50 with the 16-pound hammer outdoors. That's meters, by the way.
Get out.
I'm Elijah Greer. I have kind of a funny track history because it's only a year long. I played sports all through high school. Didn't really get into track until my senior year, and was really interested in it, and just had a knack for it. And so here I am on Eastern's track team. Current college PRs, I ended up with, 51 or 52 in the weight. Yeah. And then in the hammer, that's feet, 52 feet. And then in the hammer, I threw, I'm currently throwing, and my PR is 52.80, 52.90.
You gotta count meets.
Meters. But in a meet, I'm currently at 46 meters, 55.
Yeah.
So what is it like throwing for Eastern D1 team?
Completely different from high school, and you don't really know what that's like. But it's higher intensity. It's a Division I school, so we work pretty hard to do what we do every day. It's exhausting, but it's worth it.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think high school is a lot more of a fun thing, and then you get to college, and yeah, it's still fun hanging out with all your friends, throwing and everything. But I think the coaches treat it more like a business up here. They got to get good records and good standings for what they want to do with the team. So.
Yeah, I can relate to that definitely. I wouldn't know. I had a short high school track career, but it's definitely pure business up here. I mean, we've got to hit our marks, and if we don't, we're not competing. I mean, it's very casual from a thrower's perspective, though, because our practices are way more leisurely. As long as we hit the weight room and we get good numbers in there and we perform in competitions, I think we're fine. You know?
Yeah, I'll talk.
All right. So, how did you get started, and what is it like being a D1 thrower?
Well, I got started throwing because I got injured in football and I needed something else to do. So
what year was it?
Oh, that was almost the end of my sophomore year, and my coach said, you have to do something, so he put me on the track program. I PR'd, beat all the upperclassmen, and then I started getting pretty decent at it, so I was like, all right, I might want to do this for college. So, and like I said, being on a Division I team, it's different, but really, as long as you just keep up the hard work, it progresses like any other sport. So.
Well, I got started kind of like that. I got started my freshman year in high school. I was a football player all 4 years of high school too, and freshman year I was playing football, and my coach, my last high school throwers coach was a football coach on the football team, and he was just like, "Oh, well, you're pretty big and athletic. Why don't you come out and throw?" So I tried it out, and I immediately fell in love with it. And 4 years later, now I'm here, and I think competing on a Division I team, it kind of makes you more, I guess, more humble, I would say, because it's super hard to get where you're at right now. So you got to keep working at it. Gotta keep working at it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely from my perspective, it was all just a series of coincidences. Like, oh, I'm not doing any sports this year. I might as well do track. Oh, I just started talking to the coach at a D1 team in Ipsy. Oh, here I am. it all just kind of fell into place. But I did love it the entire way. I still have a lot to learn, and I think that's why I'm doing as well as I am, because I've got like a drive, a passion for it, and it's like everything, all the meets are new to me, traveling is new to me. Like I never traveled for any sport, and the fact that we got to North Carolina, we're going to Tennessee, like it's all a lot, but in the best way possible for me, definitely. So, okay, just one more question, I guess. How would you describe your mindset going into competition? Like, what's going through your head?
Too much to talk about.
Yeah,
I guess I try to think back in the drills. I do practice every day. I try to realize that the ball is only 16 pounds.
yeah,
Because when you can lift as much as myself or some other people do on the team, it's hard to realize that the ball is really only 16 pounds. And when you can bench 400, I mean, it's like with Travis, like he can bench 400 and stuff. So like the ball is just not that much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it like that, it's a lot easier to move it than if you think, oh God, this is really heavy. I don't know how to get this off. So that's kind of what I would try to think.
Yeah. So how I feel when I'm going into a competition, I try to think dumb. I think if I try to think too much, that messes me up.
yeah.
And so I try to completely empty out my mind. I hate talking to people before I throw in a competition. It gets to me, and I just don't like doing that. So I try to think as least as possible, I guess you could say, and hope for the best.
Yeah, for me,
Let's hear about techniques here. 3 meets in.
For me, going into competition, I like my last meet was a shit show. Like I had to get my head in the game, and I just wasn't able to compete with the guys that I was going against. And it was definitely like first meet jitters, because it was my first collegiate meet, and it was like the first big deal that I had finally hit me. And I tried to go approach it as like a serious thing, and like I gotta do well, and that's it. But after competing and doing poorly, I'm like, I gotta go in, I gotta communicate, I gotta feel loose, confident, how I feel like going into a practice. And I think the biggest thing for me is to be able to communicate with the people around me to get me into because if I'm talking, I'm in a great mood. And I threw today, and I was communicating with Keith and Anthony, upperclassmen on our team, and it went really well because I was able to discuss how my throwing was going and stuff like that. And I think just a positive attitude and definitely a dumb approach, because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I just listen to my coach.
Works.
Yeah, I just listen to my coach, and he just tells me what to do, and it works out. All right, well, thanks, guys.
Sorry, I'm not running a shot.